And yes, while a lot of us have those questions running through our mind of finding that 1 hour, well, the next couple of minutes, maybe not an hour, we're going to look into that constant hustle. Yes, we're at a hustle between our personal space and the business, and we're all trying to make the most out of it. And it's going to be the one constant in this entire era of change where we're addressing small little significant changes, but the hustle is always going to be there. But how do you address that? And how do you keep hustling is something that we're going to look into. And when you're going to hustle your way through success, it is said that everything, when it seems under control, maybe you're not going fast enough. So yes, you have to hustle up. Well, for this discussion, which is going to be very engaging and interactive, I'd like to welcome our moderator on stage, Ms. Swati Khandelwal. She is a news editor and anchor with 14 years of experience in TV production, news reporting, live TV shows, and is a recipient of Donald T. Sheehan International Scholarship at Wharton Seminars for Business Journalists. She regularly writes business news articles for the Hindu Business Line and is an editor and anchor with Bloomberg TV, India's flagship weekly program on automobiles, The Auto Show. Let's put our hands together. Welcome, Ms. Swati Khandelwal. Thank you very much for joining us. Our first speaker for the session is Ms. Chetna Gala-Sinha, founder and president of Man Desai Mahila Sahakari Bank, India's first bank for and by rural women. Today, the Mandeshi Bank has 90,000 account holders, manages business for over 150 crores, and regularly creates new financial products to support the needs of women micro-entrepreneurs. She is the co-chair to the World Economic Forum 2018 and the winner of the Forbes Social Entrepreneurship Award 2017. She's been instrumental in creating the first low-cost pension scheme for women micro-entrepreneurs and an advisor to RBI NABARD on financial inclusions. Let's put our hands together and welcome Ms. Chetna Gala. Our next speaker for this session is Ms. Preeta, and she is the founder of the labellife.com, a destination for the independent Indian woman wanting a curated mix of clothing, accessories, home decor. Armed with 15 years of experience in the new media market, she started the labellife.com along with core funding team in 2015 after spotting a gap in the lifestyle retail market online for working women in India. Currently, the labellife.com has raised $5 million in funding and sells over 1,000 products on a daily basis and gets 1 million organic unique page views in a month. It boasts of a workforce of over 50 women. Let's hear it from Ms. Preeta. Our third speaker who's joining us on the panel is Ms. Neha Motwani. She is the founder CEO of Fiternity, India's largest fitness platform that helps people start and sustain their fitness and well-being journey. She was awarded Woman Founder of the Year by 100 Hottest Tech Startups in 2016 and has been a speaker and panelist at various national and international entrepreneurship events, including Google Demo Day, representing India in San Francisco, and Global Entrepreneurship Summit hosted by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Hyderabad in 2017. Let's put our hands together and welcome Ms. Motwani. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us, and with that, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. Actually, it's been a lovely, beautiful, interactive session so far. I think what everyone's been talking about is very inspirational. I think each of us, while we are here talking about our own experiences, can take back a lot of these nice insights that everyone's giving us to just better our lives and manage them and balance it as everyone's talking about it. But just the point that you had raised about how do you find time, when do you find time, I think it is, to each his own. I think you all will find, I don't understand any other calculation than 24 hours in a day. So we all know that there is that much time we all have, and we need to find that time. I think if you genuinely ask yourselves, where is it best fit, nobody else but you will have that answer. And I think we can all find that time, provided we really want that time for ourselves. So where there's a will, there's a way, and genuinely believe me, that happens. I mean, we all, with our own examples, can just look back, think, see our mothers, see our grandmothers, see our family, friends, etc. We will find answers. So it's just about sort of getting there and trying to analyze it more closely, and you will get your answers. Also, one more example I'll give you of how we've been taught on, as children, work while you work, play while you play. To be useful and happy, that is the way. And I think that exactly is how it should be. When you are at work, when I'm at work, I'm completely at work. But when I'm out of it, I have to switch off, because then, you are just compromising one thing to the other. I know you have to be updated, technology, etc. has to play a role, but the balance is really within your own range and boundaries. You have to make that choice, and it will come to you. I think it's just a process we will all deal with. But talking about the topic that we have, hustling your way to success, and that's very, very, very interesting at a time when we are, of course, all women here trying to talk on a day which is celebrations for women. But I think this topic is a gender agnostic topic. Each of us have to find our way and hustle our way to success, and they're the same quality and attributes and ways to get there. I think what we need for that, and just to put that context, this topic in context, fire, passion, conviction, belief, these are the things that you really need. You don't need any educational qualification for hustling your way to success. It's really your own belief in something that you want to do. You take examples of anybody who's successful in your eyes. I mean, again, not necessarily women, but men as well. So you talk about Richard Branson, you talk about Arundhati Bhattacharya, you talk about Anjali here. Anybody who you get inspired with has actually hustled their way to the top. And that is something we will, of course, discuss with all these lovely ladies around me who will give their own experience, and I'll, of course, get the session more interactive in terms of you guys sharing your stories, how you've done it. So perhaps we can all take notes and share and use that to our benefit. So I think hustling against all odds is what we need to really learn with the passion that we were talking about. And it's never too late. I think youth, use your time well is another very important point that I would like to make here, because when you're young, you have that much more time to give and work towards rising up that ladder. So youthfulness and utilizing that is going to be another critical element. But let me bring in Chetna here, and ma'am, why don't you share your first thoughts on how did you manage to hustle your way up to success? I will.
Thanks. I'll just share some of the stories when we were designing the product for the bank, Mandeshi Bank. And sometimes, like, because of when I started bank, I realized that it was started because women wanted to do savings. They never said that we want to have a loan, and they were not asking any grant or subsidy. So when we were designing a product, and you feel you are with the women every day and you know everything. I remember that recently we designed, last 2 years back, a credit product for weekly market vendors. And I'll just tell you the story of that. One of our women, Sarita, she's a vegetable vendor, and she goes from one weekly market to another every day. And when I was moving in weekly market, I saw that this lady is saving with Mandeshi, but she's taking loan from money lender. And how that works is that in morning she would take 100, or in multiples in 100, and then in evening she would repay 110 and multiples of 110, and that she will do every day. So my obvious question was that you are saving with Mandeshi, which means you know that there is a bank, you can save, and then why are you not taking loan from Mandeshi? Because Mandeshi is giving loan to women, and I'm saying this story 2 years back, where Mandeshi was already more than 10 years. And so it was a bit shocking for me that your own member, your own client is doing that. So she said, and I was trying to explain her that you are paying very high interest. You know that, the calculations. And before I explained her the calculations, she said, I know that. Please don't explain me that. I know I'm paying very high interest to moneylender. I know I'm saving with Mandeshi. And I know Mandeshi gives loan, and I know many women, but your product are not helpful to me in my business. But moneylender, the way he does, and he provides me the cash flow credit, is more useful to me. And it's not, don't assume that you know everything because you are around them. And actually, she was saving, so she was getting, she saw the purpose of saving with Mandeshi because it was doorstep banking. So then I said, okay, then how would you take a credit from Mandeshi and what should we do? So then she said that, see, you're telling me that I'm paying high interest to moneylender, but what is he giving? First thing, he gives money when I want. That is one. Second, so no papers, no nothing. So you need to find out the way. She's not saying don't take papers. She's not saying that. Second thing she said, I can repay money when I want. So you schedule the repayment of the loan not according to the institution has the administrative processes. So you will schedule the repayment according to my processes. So even when you design the processes, it is so important that how are you designing. So that was second. And third, what she said that when I want more money, she doesn't tell me that you have a second loan and then second time papers. He will give you immediately. That again was that have that flexibility in your product so that you can accommodate the needs again if it is there. And that was actually such a learning to me and my team. And it was a doorstep banking, doorstep lending, doorstep repayment. It would require there is a whole administration which is there. It would require a technology, it would require a doorstep banking means administration. So how do you work out? And that's how and it's not, I mean, you need expert, but at the same time you need experts who are going to listen to them and who are going to listen to them and then provide the solutions. Not their whatever existing solutions they have would try to fix it. That doesn't work. So that's how we design a cash flow loan product for weekly market. I just want to tell you that it's like, I would just end with here, that 30 crores of account has been opened in Janatan. 30 crores, it's a huge amount. And these are saving accounts. Imagine all these 30 crore women, they must be women and men who are coming from last mile. They must be needing something. It's not, they opened the account in the bank. There is so much business there with last mile. You need to listen to them and you need to open your doors.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Very nice thoughts, ma'am. And the story that you shared, I think, does tell us that we need to focus and listen to people and understand and take feedback, incorporate those changes because, we are obviously in a very dynamic world where everything is changing constantly, and with technology now it's becoming even more difficult. But let me